and or to the channel. Trucker Rod and S.E.E. here this evening, and we are here at the Love's Travel Stop right here on US 33 in Ohio at Bellefontaine. So we are just taking a look here. There we go. I apologize for the choppy live stream. So luckily the GoPro took it all in, and as you can see today, so I'm going to be taking those live streams down. I don't want anyone to torture through those. So if you could, before we get started in discussions, you could like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps the YouTube algorithms, as you know, and it just really helps us. We're trying to grow this channel. Secondly, remember, we got the giveaway, so I'm getting with Jack's Wax, and what I'm going to do is they have one of their mystery buckets and all that. I'm going to put together a bucket from Jack's Wax, and y'all are going to get that. So when we hit the 1,000 subscriber on the first channel, and I believe when another channel hits 1,000, I'll do another mystery giveaway on the detailing bucket. So just want to let y'all know that. So the giveaway's going on. We've been working at this for quite some time now. So furthermore, yesterday, so we got through that. I fixed all that this morning before I got in the truck from the live stream. Got in the car. I think I said my goodbyes and left around 5:30. Went down to the gas station right by the highway. I stepped my car, jumped on the on-ramp, and the blower motor for the HVAC in the car to move the cold air through locked right up. So I stopped, checked fuses, spent about 45 minutes trying to figure it out. I said the heck with it, rolled the window down, opened the sunroof, zipped into the Sunset, and instead of getting home around 11, I got home around midnight. It kind of gave me a little hiccup as far as just checking the car over. So I checked it out this morning, got power down to the blower motor under the dash, so it's just not doing its thing. So I'm gonna change that out when I get back this week from the route. So the route, or the trip home last night, went very well. Got up at 8:30 this morning, got my stuff together, checked the car over, walked the dog. Hey, we're in the truck and rolling down the road around 1:30 this afternoon. So good day. Got to see a beautiful sunset last night, and nice blue sky day today. Enjoying my time out here. So another YouTuber had talked about an article out of Freightwaves, and I looked into it and was very thinking about that discussion we had last week about there's no trucker shortage, and this is gonna telltale into it. And I just wanted to talk about this again to reassure you folks that this probably isn't always the safest place to go to. So let's see if we can find that article. I had it. So we'll go here, 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 and here. Here it is. So Freightwaves, their article, and this was August 2nd. So this was Friday. So this is a current article. Fourth consecutive month of decline in truck transportation jobs. So the full 12-month total puts jobs in the truck transportation sector 30,000 jobs less than this time last year. But warehouse jobs surge. So they don't talk too much about that, but the warehousing is surging. Truck transportation, 30,000 less jobs than a year ago. Truck transportation jobs fell in July for the fourth consecutive month, and now we're at 30,000 jobs less than where they were a year ago. The fourth month sequence of job declines in the truck transportation sector, reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics following revisions is a decline of 1,600 jobs in April, 6,800 jobs in May, 900 jobs in June, and 2,400 jobs in July. So at 1.544 million seasonally adjusted jobs, truck transportation employment stands exactly 30,000 jobs less than where they were July of 2023. At the other end of the spectrum was a stunning rise in warehouse jobs in July, combined with a revised figure for May that has taken up total employment in that sector by 16,200 jobs in just 2 months. Warehousing and storage jobs rose 10,700 jobs to 1.794 million jobs, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics data. There were upward revisions for May and June as well, leading to a 3-month gain in 23,600 jobs. The 10,700 gain in warehouse jobs in July was the largest since a 16,700 jobs increase in March of 2022. That increase was near the tail end of the pandemic-inspired surge in warehouse jobs of about 605,000 that started a month after April 2020. So, and its peak in May of 2022. After the warehouse jobs peaked, jobs in that sector fell 18 of the next 19 months, but they are now increased 6 of the last 7 months. So with that, with the loss of jobs, 30,000 jobs in transportation and trucking, there's gonna be all these guys that are either getting laid off. As I said, they're getting laid off. Companies are closing doors. They can't hedge no more. They're run out. They've run out of capital. There's not enough freight, and freight rates are so low that it's not paying to offset their running overhead cost. So, and if they're committed to shareholders and all that, they're doing a shortfall, and you're going to see that on that end, forcing the company then to close up shop, do liquidation, so they can get their payouts. So in the end, the employees suffer. In the same way that the national unemployment rate rose, so did the overall unemployment rate for the transportation and warehousing, a classification that includes truck transportation and the warehouse sector. That rate was 5.7% up from 4.8 a month earlier. However, that rate does not tend to fluctuate considerably. 2 months ago, it was 5.5. So the Vice President of Leadership Solutions at TBM Consulting looks to various data points within the job searching platform of Indeed for evidence on the status of employment in the logistics sector. In an email to Freightwaves, this VP said that there were 1.284 million resumes in the transportation sector in Indeed job search, with the status of ready to work on July 8th. So on Friday, she said that number was 0.098, so it has gone down. That sort of trend flies in the face of a broad BLS report with a jump in the unemployment rate of 4.3% from the 4%. So, you know, the adult report last Friday, that shook the market up because they were looking that the unemployment rate was going to stay the same. I think it was at 4.1, and it actually went up 4.3. Now, other financial gurus and economists are looking for that unemployment rate, and they're trying to, this administration and our government's trying to tamper that down to not instill fear into people in the society and its citizens. And I'm sorry to say, but that is out there. Educate yourself to read it and get to know it. But with that saying the unemployment is going to rail up to 5 and past 5, that is going to be the biggest red flag, and they expect it to go well past 5 here soon, within probably the next couple months, probably by October. So give it a number 2 So this person anticipates the labor market to stabilize back closer to 4% of unemployment. We will continue to see fewer people leaving jobs for new jobs due to layoff anxiety. So if you're getting laid off, or if you are in a company that is financially distressed, this is inevitable. What this person is saying is, if our economy is not making nothing, is importing everything for consumption, and probably the biggest thing we're producing out is we are still we are the largest exporter of oil and agriculture. Outside of that, we don't do a whole lot of anything anymore. As you know, John, they got down to Mexico. So we're losing all the major big boys now. You lose John Deere, International Harvester, Caterpillar. You start losing a lot of these bigger boys that move. International Harvester, John Deere, they make up the high percentage of all the agriculture in this country. Along with earth moving, you've got John Deere construction equipment and Caterpillar, along with Case. So when these companies are leaving, going to another country, even though their profits they make come back to corporate here, that country that has them is really making out very well. So it's a crying shame, but we have to be very diligent and very knowledgeable of what is happening and what is coming. While there are signs of improvement in market conditions to be excited about, I'd like to know what that is. Exactly when the spot market will become fruitful again in a sustained way is unclear. With many analysts now indicating a rate recovery may be another year away, it would make sense we continue to see a reduction in market participants from the carrier side. So that's why I said, if you have a job and there's nothing out there without you stepping down to a lesser pay, lesser hours, whatever, and you hate where you're at, suck it up and make do with it, because the bottom is falling out. And when you if you are going to get cocky and step away from your employer thinking you're going to go down the road and get another job, you're going to find that the bottom's going to fall out and you're walking. So either you better know you have another job down the road already set, but don't be cocky and just leave and then start looking for another one. It's going to become fewer and further, with much more competition out there, with more drivers, with all this experience and classifications that you now have to compete with. So yeah, the market remains far from equilibrium, they're saying. So they're talking about a lot of it as seasonally adjusted figures that came from the BLS. So a lot of folks right now are throwing in the towel because they didn't even make it through the summer months, which is the peak time of the year right now. And as we go into the winter months, especially up in the north, things slow down, things don't move as much, especially like, with freight. Your building materials is one of your largest freight moving entities out there because of housing, house builds. It could be anything, construction, but construction slows down in the colder climates or it comes to a stop. Therefore, you're going to see less freight moving. And if it's already slowed now, in July, what's that going to say when we hit October, November, when the cold months start, when they're here? And what do these companies do? Now, like me being in Michigan, it hurts a lot of the heavy haulers because not only does all that happen and the freight slow down, but at the turn of the year, each year, they got to go through frost laws, seasonal loads, where they can't haul the heavy haul on certain roads. And that could start anywhere in March during the front running the springtime into the as the thaw starts coming, and you know, past Easter and so forth. So they may sit 4 to 6 weeks or more, depending on how severity of the winter is and how long it takes for the thaw to come up out of the ground. A lot of these guys can't move their end dumps, you know, to move gravel, dirt, sand, stuff like that. And like I said, and even a lot of these flatbed guys that are having to get out on these roads to deliver lumber and materials, job sites, and the seasonal restriction low roads hinder that. So like I said, that has already happened now here in July, and going forward they don't see it picking up. So we are in a recession. Welcome to it. And I'm gonna link this down below. So other than that, having a great evening. I'm going to this short video tonight, make something to eat, have a discussion with my wife. So the one thing we've been doing, or starting to do now, is you know, not only are we managing businesses and investments, but we are also seeking out to direct ourselves in faith, in spirit. I carry I'll link this down there, down below too, folks, but I also link this and what it's called, get it here, the best Bible emergency numbers. So if you're upset, look at John 14. If you're feeling lonely, look at Psalm 23. So she is always saying a prayer for me, being out here, for everything I've done the last decade and everything that she's been going through medically. We come to the crossroads as our country is going through volatile, violent times, and we need to focus, you know, starting at home, to build a strong foundation so we can also be strong in our communities. So therefore, you know, having discussions, having prayers, and just having that topic here and there, it helps.